Welcome to the Corner 3 Show, Pacers Edition. My name is Alex.
My name's Ross.
My name is Zach.
And the regular season has started. We've got Pacers basketball games to talk about. We've got our regular season record. It's not great, but let's talk some Pacers basketball. First, some special announcements. We've got some special guests actually coming on soon. We're working out the details, so they'll be on the lookout for that. They're very close with the Pacers organization.
Oh, snap.
I might say. We're going to make it happen. But we've got a little bit of a different show for you lined up today. We're going to have some fun segments that you can get used to. Let us know if you like them. We'll change it up here and there. But first is the first word. So we're going to talk about something Pacers related has been on our minds. Ross, you want to go first?
You're listed first.
Okay, I'll go first.
Don't mess me up.
So my first word is the lights at Bankers Life. So as most people know, the Pacers changed their lighting system around the court. They went to an LED system. The floor itself is actually much lighter as well, including the new logo. But the first preseason game, it definitely took more of that stage ambiance that you see at Madison Square Garden or the Staples Center, or a lot of arenas actually have moved more to that stage lighting. It kind of gives a cool feel to the court. After one preseason game, which is the only home game they played before the home opener, which took a much more lighter approach, especially after the first half, as Ross can attest to. Mm-hmm. So my kind of issue here is, the Pacers and most NBA players talk about how their favorite arenas to play in are Madison Square Garden, Staples Center, because of that stage-type feel, but evidently the players aren't the biggest fans of that lighting. And my deal is, guys, come on, just get used to it. It's awesome. I mean, It's a new culture. It's a new time in Pacers basketball. Why not change it up here? But evidently, they've made it a lot more lighter, and they're still trying to find the exact lighting they like. I know you guys were there for the home opener. I know you guys had some issues with the lights. What are your thoughts?
Forget the players. The fans want the lights off. It looks so much better with the lights off. Second half after the halftime show where the girl broke her neck just holding herself up on that ring.
She was like a gymnast. But she's like a ring, and they raised it up.
Anyway.
Oh, gosh.
They left the lights on it, and it was like, and they dimmed it a tiny bit after multiple tweets to different people and stuff, but still, it was super bright in there, and it didn't feel right at all. I hated it.
Ross?
No, I agree. I think Jeremiah replied that he didn't see any difference.
Yeah.
We felt a difference in our section personally, and I know they've been saying they're still trying to get it right, all that stuff, but I don't hurry up.
Well, I wouldn't mind if they kept the stage lighting on the court, then maybe put some more lights on the two fan sections so people can actually see them and see what they're doing. Because, the whole point of the fan section is to be seen and be heard and to give it more of like a high school basketball or college basketball student section type feel. But I was just a little mad about that. I actually thought that the fans would be the ones more upset because Pacers have an older fan base that may be used to, more traditional type of atmosphere. But the fans love it, and the players actually seem to be the ones fighting back a little bit.
Wusses.
All right, Ross, your first word.
My first word is going to be on this young Pacer team. It's about defense. I thought I'd go kind of simple. Offensive juggernaut. We scored 140 points the first game. That's how I look like I'm on.
So that's a record for pace in the past 8 years.
So we knew this was going to happen. We knew the team would be young and have a learning curve. They aren't playing any defense at all. It could be worse. Could be like the Suns and giving up huge leads, but something's got to change. It's probably just going to take more time in the system. Players get used to each other. We don't have an individual defender like we did in the past, lockdown kind of guy like a certain unnamed player we used to have. So it's going to have to take a team effort to be good on the defensive end.
DJ Augustine?
Yeah, no, he was.
Yeah,
he was,
DJ Augustine.
He was really good
DJ
at.
Augustine, that was him.
That was the guy. Aaron Brooks is what I was going to say.
That was the guy.
That guy could get it.
But especially with Myles Turner out, you don't have that rim defender. Sabonis, we'll get into later. Love the guy, but he's not going to deter shots so much. So the team
punch a guy in the face. He might do that.
Scraped across the face.
Oh my gosh! Ross is having the worst.
And it's his mom.
Oh my God.
Mom, I can't talk right now. I'm very sorry.
This is the greatest opening we've ever had.
Wow.
I don't think anything else to add now. I'm just kind of.
Man.
All right, we're going to just pivot to Zach.
Audio issues. Now it's got mama issues. My goodness.
Ross is.
My first word is about Ross Blavel. Dear Lord, man. You have a child. Get it under control.
No, take it. No, take it, Ross.
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Continue, Zach.
I don't even get my first word now. It's like I'm so distracted.
I think Ross's mom took Zach's first word.
She did. She took it right out of my mouth. All right, my first word. It's kind of, I guess, kind of a rant here. Is get in the post, Myles Turner. I am sick and tired of him fading away, shooting these jumpers. I did some digging. His average distance is 11.5 feet from the goal. He shoots 42%. Majority of his shots are from out there, or 6 to 10 feet, or 6 to 12 feet. I'm sorry about that. 16 feet or greater, he's 42%. He shoots 33% of those. Anyway, 0 to 3 feet from the basket, he is 70% from the floor. It's like that in the playoffs, too. I looked up his playoff stats. 3 to 10 feet, 43%. But once he gets past out there, he shoots his middle shots. I can't take it. I can't take it. Post up. You are a center. You want to be the star of the team. Well, throw a bow at somebody.
Ooh,
and get in there.
I like it.
Because Sabonis
just injure somebody
is the fan favorite right now.
Ooh. And, maybe Myles Turner has to watch out. Maybe it'll be the Sabonis crew sponsored by, Fanta.
What's the sparkling water in Europe that you like to drink?
LaCroix.
LaCroix. Sparkling water.
The Sabonis crew is sponsored by LaCroix. That'd be good. No, I agree. He worked with Jermaine O'Neal. He worked with all these guys to evidently develop his post game, and we just never see it. But every offseason, it's kind of the same story. I think the guy is really skilled. I think he is a good shooter. But let's try to develop some of that post game. Open it up for yourself. Open it up for your teammates.
And I mean, you could see where Jermaine O'Neal came in, because Jermaine O'Neal's favorite move was
the fadeaway.
Fadeaway backing down. It's like the same move he does every time.
Yeah,
it's just frustrating. I mean, I love Myles Turner. I think he's got a good future, but it's frustrating when you see everyone else, or like Sabonis or even Al Jefferson down there doing post moves and getting what they want at times, and you're like, your best player can't even do that.
Yeah, he needs to definitely have some post moves inside to help his game. I mean, it's going to free him up for more wide open shots. I completely agree.
So, Myles, that was my first word for you.
Thanks, Myles. Also, Ross's mom. All right, moving on. We're just going to do a quick recap here. You guys can chime in if you have any words to say, but we'll just go through the week in Pacers basketball. So, on Wednesday night, the home opener, they actually won versus the Brooklyn Nets, 140 to 131. Again, they set the record. Both teams set the record for pace in the past 8 years. Pretty remarkable. Standouts that game. Victor looked really good out there, really comfortable. Collison had 21 points, 11 assists.
8 players were in double figures.
Yeah, a lot of balanced scoring. Brooklyn's a bad team, but it was a good start. Moving on, before the Blazers game, some unfortunate news with Myles Turner. He was diagnosed with a concussion and basically a stinger to the neck. Looked like he took a shot there late in the Nets game. He was out for both the Blazers and the Heat. He still has to be reevaluated. But they lost 96 to 114. Really just, the Blazers have a great backcourt with Lillard and McCollum. But the one bright note from that game was TJ Leaf. He had 15 points, looked pretty solid, pretty comfortable. I was on Alex Golden's show earlier today, and I think we're going to have games where, we're really glad we picked him, or other games where we wish we picked Kyle Kuzma. So it's gonna fluctuate here and there. And then last night, if you're listening to this Monday morning, on Saturday night, the Pacers lost by 4 to the Miami Heat, 112 to 108. They had a late comeback. They just ran out of time there. But they went with an interesting lineup. Darren Collison, Corey Joseph, Victor Oladipo, Thad Young, and Sabonis. I wonder if we'll see some more of that lineup because they're really quick. They can move the ball really quickly. They provided a lot more shooting around the team. What do you guys think about that small lineup?
Wasn't that their best plus-minus lineup?
It had to be because they were down at least 15 or 18 at one point in that fourth quarter and came back. They were within 2. They were at 2 points. They're only down 2 points at one point.
I mean, you kind of had to do that with Myles out, and you don't want Al Jefferson out there covering pick and rolls or trying to keep up at that pace. So, I mean, that lineup was kind of almost forced in a way, but it worked out for him, obviously.
And Lance has been struggling here early in the season. I don't expect that to continue, but he just hasn't been playing well late, and to get back into that game, McMillan just had to ride the hot hand. And Corey Joseph actually was impressive last night. He's a guy, I think Zach said he would like to see him become the starting point guard at some point this season. But here, we're going to get back to our new segment, just news. But if you have any good names for this segment, please send them our way. Right now, it just says news. But the biggest news, I don't think as many people are talking about it, Herb Simon, in an interview with Greg Doyle, told the Indianapolis Star that he has no intention of selling the team or moving the team, and that his son, Steve Simon, will be his successor.
When's the last time either of you have heard Herb talk? I mean, I feel like I can't remember the last time he's gave an interview or said anything. Like, he's always behind the scenes, lets the guys run the ship kind of thing, and everyone's getting nervous because he's in his mid-80s, early 80s.
I think he's just turned 80.
Yeah, and I noticed, I think I even mentioned to you, in the program, there's a thing about Steven Simon in the front. I'm like, I've never seen that before. Mm-hmm. And then literally a week later, Greg Doyle gets an interview with Herb. Did I say his name right?
Yeah.
Mr. Simon. And Mr. Simon says, another random stat before I get to there.
Ross's mind is at 1,000,000 miles per hour.
I keep getting texts and phone calls from people.
And he's just dropping
stuff. But so he bought the team in 1983 for $11 million. Do you see what it's valued at now, the Pacers?
No. What is it?
$803 million.
But I wouldn't be surprised if you put it up for market, if it wouldn't sell for more.
Oh yeah, that was the theme of one of those articles. He's in the Indianapolis market. It's a 2 million person market. You can move to Seattle. You can move to one of those other bigger markets. That's a 4 to 5 million person market. So that would definitely do wonders for the team value. But he said he has no desire to move the team. He's had offers, not interested. Indiana's been good to him. He wants to stay in Indiana, and his son is going to take over after him with the same thought.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, if you're a businessman, why would you get rid of something when the value of it keeps increasing?
Yeah.
The NBA keeps rising in popularity, and not Pacers attendance per se, but popularity itself, TV revenue, everything.
Yeah.
So why would you give up on an investment early before you even, why would you sell early, basically? And plus, I think he mentioned that tweet said he's going to keep adding more fan improvements to the arena.
That was Agnes hinted at that too, and then Greg Doyle had some more stuff on that. Yeah,
which I'm wondering what that would be. But
yeah, well,
fan experience is what he said.
Yeah, I made note here that he's in that same Indianapolis Star article. He said that Bankers Life Fieldhouse will be viable for another 25 years, which is great news. So basically,
place is 17 years old now.
Yeah, so it's getting older, but it's still a great arena. I mean, I've been to a couple, and there's nothing like it. I mean, Staples Center, you can tell that it's used by you can tell it has a lot of tenants. It gets a lot of wear. It doesn't really feel like the Lakers or the Clippers place to play. It just feels like a venue, whereas Bankers Life feels like that's the Pacers' home. You know what I mean? But it sounds like they're going to make some improvements there. Who knows what that's going to be exactly? But they've done a great job keeping it up to date. They spent all that money, $25 million, on the practice facility, making it a place that players are going to play and that fans want to come and watch a game at.
I know they just redid it, but I still to this day say get rid of the Legend Zone.
Nobody in it when we were there opening night.
It's such an eyesore. Like, they got the section of seats in front of it taken and the ones on the side.
Yeah.
The people who go there for the restaurant, they don't come out and watch. It's terrible.
I completely agree, and I think those like regular seats right next to the Legend section too, like those corner sections, are always empty.
They were empty when we were there.
Yeah, they're both empty.
It's just not a good area. They need to. I think they'll hopefully try to figure out something there. The area above that now, with the new suites, that looks like it's getting pretty good use out of it, because I think they're pretty discounted compared to regular suites. But I'd really like to see them try to change up some of those seating areas to make it more enticing to come. Yeah.
I just am super glad. I feel very reassured with all of this, because I think before the season, Bill Simmons had in his podcast, he's getting older. He's one of the, if not the oldest owner in the league.
Yeah.
He's probably looking to sell, move on.
Nope.
And hear him say, nope, we're staying. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
The organization's staying here. It feels good. It's very happy. Like, even the 2K had, have you seen that? People who do the GM mode, they have built in that the Pacers are looking to sell. Like, they were going on that storyline too.
Yeah.
Need to update 2K.
No, it's great news, and it he has no intention to move it. He wants his legacy, to be that the Pacers stayed here, and he wants to build a championship team.
His interview is funny. Like, he doesn't elaborate and get talk. He's just like, yep, we're staying. I'd like to build my legacy here. They were good to me. Like 3 sentences. Like, oh, all right. And a few words. Thank you, Mr. Simon.
That's great to hear, and we'll take it. I mean, that's the biggest news. I mean, that's
the kind of owner you want to have, in a way, right? Dedicated to the city, man, a few words, lets them run their organization. He says since he's owned the team, he's either had Donnie Wallace, Larry Bird, or now Kevin Pritchard in those
Spend
25
some money on
years.
players. Yeah.
But I mean, one thing that Larry Bird did mention was that Pritchard, that Mr. Simon told him, spend all the money you want for like this next year, and that was a big part.
He was going to.
Of like the pitch to Paul was that we're going to spend money, but hopefully we can spend money on the future and it'll be worth it. Next on the news on the docket, Myles Turner, he's out with a concussion, sore neck. We don't really know when he'll be back. I assume that sometime this week. They play Tuesday. But the Pacers just hurt without him. I mean, they really struggle. Especially a bad team without their best player is going to struggle.
Yeah, Zach had a nice little point about him not playing in the post. We like him to play more in the post. We feel sometimes when you watch him, he's a true building block type player, but when you see him out for 2 games, they do obviously really miss his presence in the post, or at least down low. Maybe not in the post, but
yeah. I mean, we need to see more games of this team without him and with him for me to say if we're really that good or bad without him.
It's true.
It's not that great of a team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this team is going to struggle here, and we'll talk about our picks here in a second, but they might well be 1-4 here when we do our next show. Yeah. All right, next we have a who's hot and who's not segment. Pretty obvious. Zach, you want to start off with your who's hot?
Who's hot?
Besides yourself. Come on.
Right. I had a joke, but then I was like, it's probably not appropriate. Sabonis is hot. I got Sabonis as the hot player for the Pacers.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he has to be your number one guy who was just a throw-in pick. Well, I'll get to that later, but he's played exceptionally well.
12.3 points, 64% field goal, 60% from free throw, 9 rebounds, and 1.3 assists. First game off the bench, last game or two.
Last 2
started. Yeah.
Yep.
And he just brings a presence to this team that they haven't had. I'm trying to remember the last bruiser. I mean, I guess it was David West. That was a true bruiser in the game, and that someone the Pacers could rely on. Like, he's not going to back down. You saw that huge scrape across his face he's a tough player, and he's got something to prove because last year he was relegated to the perimeter. But now he's a force down low. He's not going to back down from anyone.
Is he 21 or 22?
He's 21.
Keep talking.
He's 21.
Yeah. But he's a nice player. I mean, he really is. He's a guy, I think, too, he knows that the Pacers have made a commitment to him and Victor Oladipo. He's 21. They made a commitment to him, and I think he appreciates that. He is a guy who I feel, I don't want to say a loyalty guy, but he's a loyalty guy, I believe.
Could have played more, but those refs at the Heat game were a joke.
Yeah, they were
4,000 by the second quarter.
That was a really poorly called game, but I don't know. Who's not hot? Ross.
We all have the same one.
Yeah. Lance. I mean, the first game, he took the most shots on the team. He scored a lot. He pushed the pace. It was nice. But the next 2 games, he tried to do that again. Yeah. A little bit too much, perhaps. Yeah. And I feel like we're going to have this as the season goes along. The good Lance, bad Lance.
Up and down.
I'm afraid how fans will react to that, but as long as he keeps it under control, like he even talked about, I took too many shots the first game. I was so hyped. I mean,
yeah.
What was McMillan's little imitation
to
him?
Too hype. I'm too hype.
So hype, yeah.
So 8 points, 27% field goal, 15% from the 3-point line, 40% from
People
the
are
free
daring
throw.
him to shoot threes.
Yeah. I think the same thing can be said about Victor, but Victor plays more and just gets more usage. They're both just pressing a lot. Victor out of the pick and roll is pressing a lot, and Lance just one-on-one. I think Lance, he's been given this title as the leader of the second unit. He's almost an alternate starter, but, last year he came in as the energy guy. This year he's coming in as all the pressure on you is on you to lead the second unit in scoring. Like, if you don't score, the second unit is not in the best shape. So when he comes in, he kind of has that pressure of, he just needs to go out there, relax, and just be Lance.
But that's my issue with him is he's not a scorer. He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
He's not known for go out and get 10 points. He's known for dribbling for 15 seconds, driving and getting doubled, and then swinging it out to a guy cutting or something.
I think maybe once Myles is back, it'll get that first unit, second unit back to how it was, because that second unit, Lance and Sabonis had a nice little pick and roll thing.
That's true.
Going.
They haven't been really.
But outside those two, it's Wilkins, Leaf, and
Corey Joe.
And none of those guys are creators or scorers in themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Corey Joe a little bit, but it's a weird dynamic in that second unit. So,
well, yeah. And the thing is, with Glenn out and with Myles out, Wilkins actually has to play minutes, and
he does not look so good.
He's just not. I'm sorry, he's just not
37.
good. He looks 37, and we just need guys out there who can make plays. He's hit a couple open threes, he's made a couple of nice plays, but with that second unit, we need to find people who can put the ball in the basket, because Lance is going to, like Zach said, make plays. He's going to find open guys. TJ Leaf has looked decent in the few minutes he's played, but you need a backbone to this team. You need a CJ Myles. You need someone who can just hit shots and get this second unit going. That's why I like Boyan to be in that second unit once Glenn comes back.
Fantastic, but that's not till February.
Yeah, who knows? That's the thing. That's the tough part. Mm-hmm. All right, next, a new segment. block party. So Ross, of course, has been inducted into Turner's block. Zach went to the home opener. He was the first one to go to a game. So let's hear about stories from the Turner's block. You guys take it away.
You want to go first, or?
Sure.
Well, I mean, first of all, we want to shout out to Ron Kraft. You can find him on Twitter at the Airport Squad. He kind of is the leader of Turner's block.
I was not expecting that. It's very interesting.
Wait, what?
We did.
Well,
So
we'll tell you. No.
we didn't know what to expect when going
I've
into
never
been in
the
the
fan
block,
zone, yeah.
and we never been in the fan zone. So before at least the 2 games we've been to, they go out in the hallway. He does like a speech for everybody.
I have a video. I don't know if he'd allow me
tries
to
get
post
pumped
it.
up, and he just gets them going. So
wow.
it's nice to see.
It's interesting.
And they do.
Yeah.
He's on the Airport Squad, so he started it to where they meet the team at the airport when they come back from trips
Dedicated,
and stuff.
man.
So
Oh, he still does that?
he still does that.
Wow.
So.
Yeah.
Good for him. And then we want to shout out to also Chris Patton, or at Chris for Hire. He is Iron Pacer, and our seats are next to the Iron Pacer this year. So
Oh, snap.
Helmets.
I
Helmet
saw you
crew.
guys on TV.
Yeah.
I saw you guys on TV.
we were on TV.
Oh, yeah. I saw you guys
see the
on
helmet?
TV. Yeah, I saw the helmet.
Yeah,
So yeah, if you notice a
I
Star
was like, Zach
Wars
is
helmet,
sweating right now.
dude,
the helmet's sweet, but it is hot.
it is so hot.
I was like, I don't want to know if I'll put that thing on.
Ross
He
wanted to
kept
put it
going
on.
there, put it on. I'm like, ah,
I'm like, hey, it's just the foam. It's a little wet. That's
it's
all.
fine. Yeah, just for timeouts, we put that on. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's kind of cool being next to Chris. Or Iron Pacer, and people. I got a lot of attention for the Stormtrooper helmet.
Shout out Zach. Lovely.
It is nice. I'll be honest. Sometimes when I've been to games in the past, the fan zone can be a little loud, a little bit almost too much in a way, like ragging on guys. But at least the home opener we went to against the Nets, I thought all the chants that they did and the energy that they had was perfect. Like every time that D'Angelo would touch the ball, they would chant Lonzo. That cracked me up. Made fun of Lynn, but that was before the injury, about his haircut. Thought that was well done as well.
It's quite the workout.
Yeah, you stand literally the whole
You
time.
stand literally the whole time.
You got to do a little free throw, whoosh, when they hit that, and then, I don't know. I just
You
follow
boom.
along.
And they go woo or something like that. There's so many chances.
And they do like back and forth with
Yeah.
Born Ready crew. That's a lot of fun.
That's cool.
Because I feel now with Grady gone, the stadium needs a little bit of that because there's been countless times where like, oh, this would be great for I Can't Hear You Pacers fans or something. Get everyone hyped. And
You mean Jerry Baker isn't the lively young
no,
energy
no.
that the
Timeout.
Pacers need?
Timeout Pacers.
Thanks, Jerry. A little bit something there would have been nice. So, Turner's crew, Turner's block. It's a lot of fun. Okay. I think you'll experience. I think you're coming with me next time. Yeah,
I'm gonna go
You're
next
on
Sunday.
Spurs game, aren't you?
Versus the Spurs.
Yeah. So
you
I
go.
only have a half season, so that's why you don't see the glorious helmet from the Corner 3 show there at every game. It's only a half season that we'll be there. But we got shirts too.
Shirts?
They're green though.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew
Mountain
green
Dew. Myles
shirts.
Turner.
Big Myles Turner bow tie on the
but
front.
did you see what they did? They put up a big banner. I think it was on Georgia Street of sponsoring
Old jersey.
Yeah, they put the old jersey
Yeah.
of Myles Turner up there with Myles Turner, partnering with Mountain Dew. They put up the old jersey. It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
You had one job. You had one
The
job.
marketing team there.
Come on, marketing
No
department.
way.
All right. But yeah, so it's pretty awesome.
It's a lot of
All
fun.
right, we're gonna
It's-
count on you guys for some stories. Hopefully I can find something. I just want to find the crazy thing that's happened up there. Did they give out a list of things you can't say and can say?
No, we haven't
No.
had any meetings. It's just
No.
like go for
Really?
it, go for it,
Yeah,
guys.
well, we need to get on the
I
Facebook
could.
page.
I
stay up to
could.
date on the things. But
I could get kicked out
'Cause they have-
real quick. Real quick.
Well, there's like 2 or 3 guys who kind of lead all the chants and stuff.
Oh.
So I mean, if
Okay,
you're loud,
let
maybe
me
you
ask
could
you
get
this
going.
though, and this might make people mad because I know I was on the Golden podcast and Kevin, I'm butchering your last name, Kevin Killar is a listener of this show, and he's in the Turner's block. But is it have you been to Indy 11 games?
No.
yeah.
So you know how there's 1 or 2 just completely obnoxious people leading the chants and don't even watch the game. It's
They're turned around the whole time.
It's their life goal / achievement to be leading the soccer fan section. Is it like that?
No, because
Do they actually watch the game and
They
they're into
do.
it?
Yeah,
Okay,
they-
good.
they had this. Okay, Indy 11. Those dudes are always turned around facing.
I know,
everybody.
it's
They're
so
not-
annoying.
No, the guys that actually are doing it. They're watching the game.
Okay,
pretty much
good.
the whole
Okay,
time.
okay.
Yeah.
There are a
That's
couple inside, you can tell half of these guys have been in the zone for
For a
3 or
while.
4
They
years
know
because
each
they'll
other.
turn around, they'll be like blah, 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 and the other guy like yeah. I'm like I don't know what that was. What did he just? Okay, I'll just keep going. Keep
It's just
watching the
it's
game.
more like inside jokes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all it is.
There's a lot of I love you.
I remember-
dude. Love you too. Like,
Oh.
okay, that's nice.
You don't love me though.
What
Come
about
on,
me?
now. Love me.
All right, well, that was the first edition of Block Party with Ross and Zach. We might post that on Twitter just by itself because that was hot. Now, Ross, we have a Pacers trivia corner we're going to do for every show.
Yeah.
And hit us.
I thought I'd do kind of a softball one.
Do we have a buzzer that Zach and I are going to hit?
No. This is just kind of a. I thought we'll go one by one.
Oh, okay.
For this
so
one,
it's a couple.
This one, the
couple
theme
questions.
is the 2000 NBA Finals, the glory time of
that
the
was
Pacers.
This is why I lived in Ohio, so I didn't get as much.
Pacers versus Lakers.
My mom and dad went to Game 4, so they have their
that's
tickets.
nice.
That's the only game the Pacers won.
Well, I was just looking at Game 1 here to start with.
All right,
and I
well,
thought
never mind.
This is a softball question. Who were the starters for both squads?
Who's this directed to?
We just one at a time. Just
Okay.
name off Pacers first, and then we'll go Lakers. Can you name the starting 5
For
first?
the Pacers?
For the Pacers. This should be
easier for you
Should
guys.
be
I
easy.
lived in Ohio. Okay, I didn't get Pacers games.
okay. Well, then the Lakers.
let's
maybe.
see.
Name the 2000 Cleveland Cavaliers starters.
I didn't watch them. All right, we'll say. We know Reggie.
Yep.
Okay.
Reggie.
Schmitz.
1. Let's go back and
Oh,
forth.
we're going back and forth.
Give you a
Jalen
chance.
Rose.
Jalen. Yes. Reggie. Smith.
3.
Jalen. There's 3.
Reggie. We said Reggie, Smits, Jalen.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
Who's the power forward in 2000?
Yep. Come on.
The Davis brother.
Which one?
Oh, come on.
Come on.
I'm having a brain fart right
Dale
now.
Davis.
It was
Dale
Dale.
Davis.
It
yeah.
was Dale. That was
Dale
Dale.
Davis.
Bonus points. Can you name the 4 reserves who got minutes in that game?
Austin Crosher.
Nice. Austin Crozier. He kept them in it.
Chris Mullen.
Mullen did not even get minutes. Well, he got garbage minutes. He got 2 minutes at the end, but that's
Really?
not who I was talking about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sam Perkins.
Sam Perkins. Yeah. Nice.
Eddie Gill wasn't on the team.
No. That was yours
I know.
later. Yeah. Point guard and then small forward are the next 2 who got major minutes.
Point guard.
Who's the backup point?
In that
Someone's
series?
yelling in their car right now.
I see. I was 5, so I feel like I should get like half a pass.
You think
Short,
Jake Fartsters knows
Dribbles. No, Jake, he wouldn't know, but other Pacer fans are
He's
yelling.
like someone's yelling in the car right now. Oh man, I don't
Short,
know. Just
dribbles
go
the
for it.
ball.
We're killing too much time.
Travis
Who is it?
Best.
Travis
Oh,
Best.
And
And
then
what was the last
defensive
one?
specialist, Derek McKee.
Derek McKee. Okay.
Yeah, we're
okay.
terrible. Okay, Lakers.
Okay, Lakers. Name the starting 5 of the Lakers that year.
Shaq,
Kobe.
Shaq had
Rick
43
Fox.
points that
Rick
game.
Fox.
Not Rick Fox.
What?
No.
Was he bench?
Ron Harper.
Ron Harper.
Was Rick Fox off
Derek
the
Fisher
bench?
wasn't there yet.
I didn't
was
go
he?
through their bench because I don't
Derek,
want to talk
Derek
about
Fisher
the
wasn't
Lakers.
there yet. Was
Derek
he?
Fisher was not there
Is
yet.
it Brian Shaw?
Nope, not Brian Shaw. The
Tyronn
next,
Lue?
Nope.
Um,
One player won the
Devin George?
Nope.
Really?
Starting line. There's one name I'd forgotten about, but the other one I remember him on the.
Vlade?
I don't know. I remember him on the
Let him
Heat.
finish.
He was an All-Star game MVP.
Oh, Eddie Jones?
Similar vein of type player, but not Eddie Jones. 3-point specialist.
Robert Horry?
Oh, yeah, Robert Horry.
Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice. Oh, yeah.
Now the
yeah.
fifth.
do not remember
You
him
guys.
on the Lakers.
AC Green was their 5th starter in that
Wait,
game.
who was their point guard?
Ron Harper.
Oh, yeah, Ron Harper
Yeah.
was the point guard. Okay.
Got that.
Okay.
Interesting.
What's next?
No, that was just. I mean,
Oh, that was
I
it?
can keep going through that if that was the.
All right, what's next?
That's all.
What's next? No, I don't want to hear
I
it.
don't hear one.
So I'll keep doing.
That
some,
was good. That was
I'll
good.
do
I
some
like that.
Pacers trivia each time. This one I thought would be kind of.
That's good. A little softball that we just
'Cause you-
swung and missed.
You got a bunch of names like that, so everyone can just call.
We
All
were
right.
chilled when back then.
All right. So next we have what's next. We need to. So we're gonna look at the games coming up. So please, if you have a better name for the segment,
Then what's next?
then what's next? Tweet us out.
What's coming?
Who's next?
Tuesday at the
That's
Timberwolves.
So
Simple.
better.
At the new
like it.
renovated Target Center. It looks pretty interesting. This is a first visit there for the year, obviously.
Tuesday, October 24th.
And I put here, this is the first complete team the Pacers have faced off, and also the first team the Pacers have played with an actual star small forward. And keep in mind, we are very thin at the
How
small
much?
forward position.
Many points will
And the
Wiggins
next
score.
2 games, we're going to have some interesting competition. So, obviously, they have a lot of new additions. Jeff Teague, Taj Gibson, Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler.
It's pretty good.
Jimmy Butler.
It's going to be a tough game. Not a lot of depth for the Pacers right now, and I don't think Myles Turner will be playing.
So you're already short at small forward, and then you're playing Town just short at center.
Pacers by what? Like,
I've got the Timberwolves winning this one.
yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately, I got the
Timberwolves are
Timberwolves. It's going to be a tough
Ross, are you
game
keeping track
here.
of this?
I can write it down. Yes.
You
Keeping
know
track
your
of it.
job. That's
I
right.
mean, I can write it. So we all have losses here for game 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Lost. Okay.
So yeah, that's gonna be a tough game here. But then to make it even better, it's a back-to-back Next night we
play.
play.
That's nice. Thank you, NBA.
We play Oklahoma City of the OK3, which Kristen Ludlow coined.
But they're just okay right now.
Let's talk about OKC really quickly here. We'll talk about them maybe in our NBA show, but I just wanted to highlight them since we're playing them this week. They struggled 2 nights ago for those listening versus the Jazz. They lost 96-87. Russ went 2 for 11, but Carmelo Anthony took 26 shots. Patrick Patterson played 12 minutes. Alex Abrinas played 29. Now, if I told you to close your eyes right now, podcast listener, don't do it if you're driving, but do you know what Alex Abrinas looks like?
I assume he's a white guy.
I know what he looks like on 2K.
He has a beard, right? That's all I got. Maybe
well, we're pretty.
A beard?
Yeah, okay. He has scruff. But this team, as I talked about on Gold's podcast, for them to succeed, Melo needs to come off the bench because Melo is not a complimentary player. He's I need the ball player, and Russ is the MVP of I need the ball player. He needs the ball. Paul can be more of a complimentary guy because he's a really good catch and shoot guy. I mean, he's a really good catch and shoot guy. But that team needs to figure out their rotation because
but they're not going to do that.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that.
They lost the other night, right?
Yeah, 96-87.
So are they 1-2?
Another 1-1. 1-1.
Oh, are they 1-1? I thought they were 1-2.
1-1. But so Pacers play them. Is everyone cool with Paul George on the team? Now, Thad, Corey Joseph, Myles Turner are the guys I know who wear his shoe. I don't think I'm trying to think because I know Oladipo wears Jordans.
Yeah.
I think Collison just wears the regular Nike Hyperdunks. If there's one guy on the team who you guys think that Paul George or is not cool with Paul George, who is it? I got my number one.
Lance.
I say Thad Young.
You think Thad Young's upset?
I think he still wears his shoe because I don't think Thad cares about it, but. Thad has talked so much about how he feels like his voice is heard in this locker room, how he feels like there's a much more positive energy.
There's a certain person who's kind of overshadowing.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like Thad is the one guy who's the most not cool with Paul.
But he's not going to come out and say anything. He does.
Do you guys think there's anyone else? I mean,
I think Lance made all those comments about tying him to the chair, but.
I think he was just joking.
A lot of the team is gone too, so
yeah. I think Myles is too young to like.
There won't be any beefs with Paul George on the team. I mean, obviously fans
it's all,
and
organization.
Management. Yeah, well,
yeah. I think Pritchard hates his guts.
Oh, it felt like that in the interviews.
Pritchard hate. Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't?
So, is anyone taking the Pacers here, or is anyone? I mean, that'd be awfully tough. I love for them to get that win. That'd be
in OKC.
Awesome. Yeah,
but without Myles. And without a Glenn or someone who can actually guard a small...
Yeah, that's the tough part.
Yeah, it has to be Thunder.
Might see some Poythress minutes? Think so?
That would be nice, but McMillan will not do that.
I mean, just have him use up his 6 fouls.
Why isn't EK playing more?
That's another thing. We're having a lot of garbage time minutes here at the end of the games because we're losing
Are they worried about his knees?
They're not playing guys like EK or Poythress.
Well, they only had garbage minutes against the Trailblazers.
That's true, but still.
But
get the guy
I don't know.
Right now, it'd be great.
His knee thing is still so fresh. I don't know.
He got minutes against
he got
Maccabi.
The last, 2 minutes.
I don't know. Yeah. With him, I want to take it easy because I think he could actually be really good. Keep in mind that Pacers were actually thinking about drafting him with their what did they have, the 14th or 13th pick?
17th
pick. They're actually thinking about taking him at the 17th pick before he had to go through more knee rehab. So that's how good the Pacers think he is. So I just want to be cautious with him.
So we all got the Thunder?
I think we're all going to be pretty...
It's going to be a tight year for me. I don't know if I can run away with this selections like I did last year.
We're tied, and October's a short month. We're going to do...
we only tied because Gordon Hayward got hurt. Yeah. I would have been 7.
We're going to talk about that. All right, last game. I'll be at this one. Ross and I will. I think we'll do a show right after this. October 29th versus the Spurs. Marcus Aldridge, for some reason, Spurs offered him a 3-year contract extension worth $72 million.
Do you think they saw Kawhi hobbling onto the plane? Did you guys see that clip, by the way?
No, I haven't seen that. I got to see
Trying to get on the team plane going to Chicago. He's pulling himself up. Like, his thigh looks like it could be more serious. Do you think they are worried about that? So they're like, we got to sign a star, even though he's not.
I don't know. I just question this decision overall because 2021, that's 4 years from now. I mean, that's a long time to go. I think LaMarcus is like 32, 33. I mean, that's a big deal. That's a big commitment.
Was it 70-something million?
72, yeah.
For 4 years or 3 years?
For 3 years. It's a 3-year extension. And keep in mind that Tony Parker is out right now. Manny will be done after this year. Patty Mills he's Patty Mills. Other than Kawhi, they really don't have any pieces right now that they can
I don't think it's that bad of a deal. Just because, I mean, look at the crap people are getting now. Wiggins just got paid. What's Wiggins ever done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Oladipo's making almost $21 million.
Yeah.
It's just he wanted out so bad almost last year.
Yeah, that was the thing.
He was not happy at all, and instead they go, "That's fine. Here, stay longer." Like, I mean,
it just seems odd, the timing. You
Yeah.
know? I don't know. So I think I'll actually take the Pacers here.
you
Perfect.
will.
No, I'll take the Spurs. Darn it.
Dang
no,
it.
Make up
no,
your
no,
mind.
no, I'm taking the Pacers. I'm taking the Pacers.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm taking the Spurs. Yeah.
I'm taking the Spurs as well.
Gosh,
I had
I
the
just want to
Papers
be
dropping.
optimistic. That's 1-5. That's not good.
Yeah,
I appreciate
just
your
can't.
optimism.
If Myles Turner was playing and Glenn Robinson was healthy, I might have a different outlook on things. But we knew this was going to be like a rebuild year, and plus now we got 2 injuries. 1-5, I see it happening.
Hey, look, Kevin O'Connor, we're tanking. It's not even on purpose. I want to make sure I don't just mess up my mic. Okay, we're good.
Oh no, it's not recording.
Are we good?
anymore. It's recording.
Okay, it's recording. Last thing we're going to do for each and every show, we're going to have a little bit of a rant zone. So it's going to rotate between the 3 of us. This week Ross is going to go positive, but we'll probably try to keep it negative and really mad.
Even though I kind of ran it already.
Even though we've kind of ran already. But Ross,
Fine.
take it away.
It's fine, yeah.
Be positive, but don't be too positive. But I don't know.
I can't be negative about what I want to talk about. All right, we recovered. Mike is back. Anyway, so Rant Zone, normally negative. Going to keep it positive this time. I'm going to talk about a player. Quiet! You can't even see him. Anyway, Domas Sabonis, doing the little things, doing the dirty work, scratched across the face, double-double in 2 of his games, off the bench, starting while Myles Turner is out. I love this guy. I mean, he's the throw-in player of the Paul George trade. You weren't expecting him to even give you anything. In Oklahoma City, he was relegated to sit
Is he
in
as
the
good as
corner.
Jeff Foster?
Not there yet. That's going to take at least 10 years of this continued
Oh,
play.
gosh. So in 10
Okay.
years, we have to figure out if he's better than Jeff Foster?
That will be a big debate. Okay?
Hopefully he'll be better than Jeff Foster.
No. Well, I think
It's recording.
Sabonis could be a dark horse candidate. He won't win it. It never goes to a big guy. But 6th man of the year. If he continues this off the bench, double-double, giving your team the hard screens.
You know what they say about Lithuanians? They never win 6th man of the year.
They actually say that? No? Yeah. Anyway.
It's just YouTube.
You can't even hear him talking. Zach just looks pretty. That's what we have him here for, that glorious mug of his. Anyway, Domantas Sabonis, everybody talked about him at the beginning of the season as being this dark horse kind of look out for him player. Fans have now seen him through 3 games and all the preseason. The fans are behind him. I'm behind him. My current favorite player, if he keeps this up. So far.
No, I like him. I mean, he's a fan favorite immediately. I mean, if you play hard, Pacers fans will reward you with encouragement, with high fives, with screams, with yells.
And they'll get behind you.
Thanks, Zach. Zach's
This is the best
Zach's mic
ending
is-
to a show
is
ever.
broken.
It's not really a rant zone. It's more just like...
All right, but that was the end of our rant zone. But let us know what you like of these new segments. Give us names for the news section, for the what pick'em section. We'll use them on air. Ross, where can they follow us on social media?
I'll speak for Zach as well since he cannot talk. But find us on Twitter, find us on Instagram, find us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channels, both on the podcast and the YouTube show. We put up new content once every 2 weeks at least, hoping to do once a week. Maybe the middles are a little smaller. But
Yeah, little updates there in
Yep.
between. And look out for our interview guests. We're going to have some fun stuff coming up. Thanks for listening and watching, everyone, on the YouTube and on the internet. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.
bye.
Zach says bye.
He says peace, 'cause that's normally what he says.